Hello. To begin with, I would like to go over the homework for this week. And here is your assignment. Please read Rhetorical Analysis, A Brief Guide for Writers, pages 76 to 80. This is the section that is on the Stacy's. I think I've mentioned this before. The book is required for the course, and if you don't have it, you're highly unlikely to pass this class. Your work needs to reflect an understanding of the assignment of the textbook as it is written, and failure to read it, open it, and read it is probably going to end in something terrible. So please read Rhetorical Analysis, A Brief Guide for Writers, pages 76 to 80 on stasis theory. What is a stasis? It is the crucial question at issue for rhetoric, or the strategic point on which the rhetor takes a stand. Okay, and the different types of stases include conjecture, definition, quality policy, and objection. And so you will read these pages, you will view the articles that are available this week and put into play at least two of them for the assignment. You are to save the Stacy's table to your computer. I'll show you that in a second. It's a Word file. And to begin filling in the blanks. This is to say, you need to start your research for the rest of the semester, and you need to see which of the Stacy's questions you're going to be able to answer accurately this week. And then to complete your homework, you take the bits of the table that you've been able to complete and you include that at the top of your homework, and then you follow with a couple of paragraphs in which you summarize the answers that you found, and you talk about the research that you still need to complete. And that's going to be due by Wednesday, of course, and by Friday, of course, you read all of your group members' homework and you reply to each one. So let's look at the stasis theory table. Here we go. Use the table below to plan your research so that you anticipate the needs of an educated global audience. This is who scholars write for. A global audience, so anybody in any country from any sort of ethnic or background of any kind, and people who are educated, so other people with college degrees or almost college degrees. That's who you write for. In all of your college work, basically. Please note that all the sources must be reliable. The journalists that you choose must be of national reputation, and all of the sources must hold expert status in the field that they are speaking about. One caution, they have to be experts in the field they are speaking about. So, a farmer is a really good source for talking about whatever crop it is that the farmer grows. A farmer is not a really good source for the issue of urban development. Okay, so they have to be experts in whatever they're talking about. And in order to complete your essays, your next two essays, you're going to need at least two of each of the following: U.S. government websites, City of Fresno, or Fresno County web pages, because everybody's topic is Fresno County, nonprofit websites, national newspapers. You are going to need some, most likely you're going to need some local newspapers, so we'll go ahead and say you need local newspapers. Books by experts, which are also called monographs. Monograph meaning that there is a single author and that person is an expert in the topic discussed in the book. Usually that means that the book is the result of a decade or so of research in the field. Okay, personal interviews with experts. Now these can be in person, they can be on the phone, and they can be in email exchanges. Okay, and you also need at least two academic articles. They need to come from EBSCOhost and not from other places. Okay, so the stasis the STACYs are conjecture, definition, quality. Types of questions are listed here. For conjecture, you need to know what has happened. Not generally, but for the topic that you are doing your research on, what has happened? What's happened in the past? What has existed in the past? What is happening now? What exists now? What will happen in the future? And what will exist in the future? So work through these questions. You need to do research in order to answer these questions. They cannot be off the top of your head. You are a college student and you are in the lower division of your college coursework. In short, you are not an expert of anything because you don't have a decade of research in your field. Okay. Okay, so you need articles, web pages, books, whatever the title is. This is just sort of to help you keep track. And then for each source, your answers from your sources you'll fill in here. And this is an inserted table, so it will expand, and you can type into it. Okay, so those are all the questions there, and you are to begin right away. Do your research. Look at the sources that you have got, find some better sources, and start trying to answer these questions and fill in what you can. Okay, now let's look back here. We went over what the homework is. Now I want to show you what I have gathered up for you to use, and these are really useful things. I spent some time on it. Okay, first of all, for this week, here is your STACYs table. So you can, open that and start working through it. This source is the U.S. Census for Fresno County. Everyone will need to look at this, so you want to look all the way through it. It's long, it has lots of details, and you're all going to need some of those details, so that's a good one. Very briefly, I have given you the Fresno County article in Wikipedia. Why did I do this? Because Wikipedia, as you know, is not a source that you can use as a source for scholarly writing or professional writing. And the reason for it is it's Wikipedia, and that by definition means that whoever wrote the articles doesn't really know what they're talking about. And typically they've stolen the information from here, there, and everywhere. Why did I give it to you? Because it gives you a lot of information in brief of all kinds, so you can start to get your feet wet. Get sort of a notion of what are the things that can be talked about concerning Fresno County. It is not so that you can use it as a source, because it is not reliable by definition, but it's to give you some quick information that you can then follow up on. You can look through this article for search terms and go to better databases and better source types to verify that information. So it's just kind of a broad bit of information that you can get going with, and you can start researching for yourself, get some ideas about what to research, and try to verify what's there or find out that they're wrong. And in some cases, Wikipedia is very wrong. And once again, Wikipedia, do not cite it in your paper. Any information that you gather from there, you're supposed to double check it. You're supposed to go and find a reliable source and then use that reliable source for the information. Okay, moving right along. You'll see that there are several articles here. Advancing Health Equity and Inclusive Growth for Fresno County. I put the title in there because this is a kind of a thing that most of you will want to have a look at because it concerns really everybody in Fresno County. So you want to look at it. This one is from the Fresno County Board of Supervisors supervisor, Sal Quintero, and his concerns about his district, which is perhaps how he got elected. He is concerned about public safety in his district, and he is also concerned about the amount of homelessness in his district and what is and is not being done about it and what could be done about it. So this can be of interest, certainly to the people who are interested in affordable housing, I'm assuming, but also the people interested in economics and so forth. Anyway, This is a reading on land use, and it is for everyone. This is not the title of the page, by the way. You click it open and you find the title for yourself. Reading on Friant Ranch. Anyway, so there's just a bunch of stuff. And again, as your homework says, you are going to you need to view each of them so that you can, get through it. But you should read at least 2 of these articles and get going on your work. Okay, good luck.